When you're feeling indecisive and looking for great flavor, a tomahawk style pork chop will do the trick. With its meaty rib section and tender chop, these tomahawk pork chops will have you licking your fingers in no time. Coming up. Hey, welcome back to Adrenaline Barbecue. I'm Jabin Postal, and today at the grill, we're gonna show you how to make some delicious tomahawk pork chops using the slow and sear. And just like always, I can put all the show notes for you in the description box below, so make sure to click down there to see everything that you need for this cook. When looking for a tomahawk pork chop, you wanna find one that's about 1 inch thick, and as well as one where the bone hasn't been Frenched. This is a bit different than what you might be used to with a tomahawk ribeye, where the bone has been completely stripped. With a tomahawk pork chop, the bone is rib meat, and we want as much of that as we can get for this cook. To prepare the chops, begin by applying extra virgin olive oil lightly over the entire surface. Then we're gonna apply our salt. We're using a half a teaspoon of kosher salt for every pound of meat. Next, apply the rub, and we have a little twist here. We're going for a savory flavor profile with the chop portion and a sweet flavor profile for the rib meat. So we're gonna apply 2 different rubs. Using the 2 rubs, you'll taste a noticeable difference come the meal time, which will satisfy both your sweet and savory cravings. This is meant to be a quick and easy meal, so don't worry about the rub needing to sit on the chops for long. That said, if you have the time, it always helps to place them in the fridge overnight and allow the meat to dry brine using the salt that's in the rub. And either way, it's gonna be great. With the chops rubbed, brined, and ready to go, let's get the slow and sear set up for moderate heat searing. To do this, place 3/4 of a basket of fully lit briquettes into the slow and sear with the water reservoir removed. Also, leave the grill grate removed until it's time for the initial sear, because this cook benefits from the cold grate technique. We want the radiant heat to do the cooking, so we'll spin the grate every minute to prevent the metal grate from picking up too much heat and cooking the meat. To begin the sear, place the cool grate over the coals, followed by placing just the rib section of our tomahawk pork chops over the slow and sear to begin the sear process using the cold grate technique. Cook 1 minute on each side twice, spinning the grate in between flips until you have the color you desire. Also, close the lid if you see any flame ups. Next, place the whole chop over the slow and sear and begin searing the entire surface using the cold grate technique. Again, sear for 1 minute on each side twice, each time spinning the grate until you have the appearance and color that you're looking for. The rib meat will cook more than the loin portion of the tomahawk using this method, which is exactly what we want. With the chops seared, place them on the indirect side of the grill to continue cooking until they reach 5 degrees below your desired doneness. To monitor the final cooking process, we're going to probe the chops using a digital thermometer so that we can pull them at the perfect temperature. Once the chops are probed, put the lid on now, leaving it cracked open to expose about 1 inch or 2 of the sear zone. Most of the heat will bleed out, and enough will make it to the indirect side to warm our chops slowly to our desired temperature. After about 10 minutes of cooking indirect, our tomahawk pork chops have reached an internal temperature of 135, and they look and smell amazing. We're shooting for a final temperature of 140, so we're gonna pull them off the grill and get them ready for the taste test. Our tomahawk pork chops visually look amazing, and I can tell that the flavor is gonna match. So let's cut into the loin section here and give it a taste. Wow, that's super juicy. You can see that it's cooked perfectly. Let's slice some of this off. All right, let's give this a taste. Guys, this is really good. It's tender, it's juicy. You can see it's literally dripping in juices here. It's all over the cutting board. It's cooked to perfection. Let's go ahead and try this rib portion on this next one, and we're just going to use our hands because that's one of the great things about a tomahawk chop is that you get to kind of feel like a caveman. So let's give this a taste. This section right here is one of my favorites. It's just really tender and it's delicious. Here we go. This rib section is really good. It's packed with flavor. It's got a little bit of that sweetness from that Memphis dust rub that we put on it. It's got some great grill flavor that you really need to try out. With its sweet and savory combination, these tomahawk pork chops are going to be a big hit with your friends and family. Hey, if you like what we're doing on this channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well as leave a comment down below letting us know how your chops turned out. I'm Jabin from Adrenaline Barbecue Company, where we didn't invent the kettle, we perfected it. See you next time.